Hello everybody, Jamie the Board Game Man here. It's the end of June, which means the newest additions in the month of June that have been added to Jamie's Board Game Library. It is that time already. We are at the end of June, believe it or not. So I want to share with you the 10 games that were added to my library this month. I have my little sticky right here, my little cheat sheet. And so let's get right to it. The 10 games I added this month. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and go with Word Spot. This is a game it's kind of sort of similar. It kind of reminds you of Boggle / I don't know if it's really Scrabble, but it's a really cool game where you have these little tiles, these little wood tiles, and you try to find words that they have to go in a straight line. Where Boggle, you have to they can go any which way, like or this one is you have to kind of be in like in a straight line. So it's a little different, but there's many different tiles you choose from, and it's actually a very interesting game. I have not done an episode on this yet, but I do have it penciled in very soon, so I can show you Word Spot. The next game on the list is Eureka. Now there are another version of this is Gold, as you can find. Eureka, I think you find it more often than Gold, but Gold is out there too. It's by Ravensburger. In this game, obviously you're panning for gold, but then you have bandits out there too trying to take the gold from you, or the other players can try to take the gold from you too. So it's a nice, fun, just very entertaining vintage game that I think Ravensburger did a really good job with. So here's Eureka. It's number 2. Here we have Ohanami. This is a card game that kind of reminds me of, I would have to say, Racco meets, what should I say? Because it's a drafting game, and what you're doing is you start off with 10 cards each. You take 2 cards, you place it in front of you, then you switch, and then you take 2 cards from that, but you have to have it a certain way where the numbers have to be higher on the top. Oh, the game, that's what I'm thinking of. It's the game meets Racco. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Where what you do is you have 2 cards at first, and then the top card has to be above that number, and on the bottom that number has to be lower than that number, and you keep doing that. And you can have 3 different gardens which you're trying to put together. But the scoring is very unique in this. But I don't want to spoil it because I have not done an episode on this yet, but I'm very excited to do it. I found this for $6. Good old McKay's. And I looked up an episode and just really fell in love with this game. So I'm going to be doing an episode very quick on this one. This is Ohanami. All right. So that's 3. We're down to 7 left. Of course, I have to go ahead and go over Ticket to Ride San Francisco. I actually got the episode done the same night I bought the game. I actually had to get it the second day it came out because Target didn't have it out on the shelves when they were supposed to the first day it came out. But then they told me that night that, well, we are going to only have it online only so you can pick it up. So that way everyone just doesn't come and just grab them. So that's how they had to do it. So I actually went online that night, did the pickup, and then the next morning I picked it up, and then that day I did an episode on it. So as much as I love Ticket to Rides, this one just fits right in with the rest of them. So Ticket to Ride San Francisco was another one I picked up this month. All right. And then, let's see what the next one is. We have got Kingdom Builder. Here we go, by Queen Games. Here we go. Finally got this game. Chad and Janet, thank you so very much. They sold me this game. I really appreciate it. And the next one I'm going to show you is also from them. I bought 2 games from them. And great couple out here in Tennessee. And so this was one I actually got to add to the collection finally. I found this at McKay's a while back, but back then I didn't know what it was. Until I watched something, I'm like, oh, I went back and it was gone. Of course it was. Now, I don't know if it was complete or not. Who knows? Most of the stuff, it seems like when I get there is complete. So I've had some really good luck at McKay's. But anyway, Kingdom Builder is another addition to the collection. The other game that I purchased from them, I will show you in 1 second, because this is going to go with this. Literally a few days after I picked up Kingdom Builder, I actually found at McKay's, if I can get it out of here, Kingdom Builder Crossroads. This is one of the expansions to Kingdom Builder. So I was very happy that I was able to pick this up and add this to the collection as well. I know that there's a big box, which I think have 2 more. I think it's the base game and 3 expansions, I believe. So it might have been cheaper overall to maybe go the big box route, but that's okay. It's all good. I got, Chad Jen gave me a great deal on that, and I went ahead and I found this over at McKay's, and it's sealed, not even open yet. So this was Crossroads. Okay, now I'm going to go to the other game that I purchased from Chad and Janet. It is Mr. President. This one right here. Added another 3M bookshelf game. Here we are, Mr. President. I heard this is one of the really good, well, all the 3M games are pretty much good for the most part, but this was one of the better ones. And I saw he had this on his site, on their site. I went ahead and snagged it up, and I said, hey, you have Kingdom Builder too. How about if I pick up both of them? So I got to meet both of them and picked up both of them at the same time. So Mr. President has also been added to the collection. Now, this next one, I literally got today in the mail. I was hoping I'd be able to get it by June so I could show it to you. I'm really excited about this one. It is, where did I put it? I put it somewhere. There it is, right in the middle. Bazaar. I actually got Bazaar in the mail today. Literally just a few hours ago. So I am really excited having this game. I want to thank Norm from the Board Game Museum. He is, I think, the only one I saw that had an episode on this. Now, the Dice Tower have, I think it's a 2011 edition of this. Didn't like the way it looked. They use these big stones, and it looks clunky. Where this one, they use those little chips. And it looks really cool. And I just fell in love with it because I wasn't too sure. I saw it on Facebook Marketplace. I wasn't too sure. Oh, no, it was eBay. I'm sorry. Came across it on eBay. I was just kind of looking through vintage games. Looked it up, and of course Norm was the only one that has any kind of episode on it for this version, for the 60s version. And I was like, that looks really cool. And I actually wrote on his YouTube page that I'm going to look into getting this, and I told him I got it. So just came today. Looking forward to showing this on my channel as well. It's a great little game, Bazaar. Okay. Now what else do we got here? What have I forgotten here? We've got, oh yes, we got Midnight Party. How can I forget that? Great, great little game here. And this one I just picked up not too long ago as well, and I actually did an episode on this. So definitely check it out if you've never seen the game before. And what's funny is my buddy Nelson, who's a subscriber of mine, and we play on Board Game Arena, he actually told me this game is on there. It's called Hugo, believe it or not. So he told me that. I'm like, are you kidding me? I went right on BGA, BoardGameArena.com, and found it. Now, the scoring is different. Much different than the one, of course, that one, it's plus points. So you don't want plus points on there. And the 2 rooms that are +3 are actually -3. So it's kind of completely the opposite of how this game works, but I still enjoy playing the game. It's a lot of fun. I haven't got to play this one yet, but going online and playing it that way is actually pretty fun. But it's actually called Hugo on there. So if you play on Board Game Arena, check it out online. It's called Hugo. You'll find it. Same exact game, except the scoring's a little different. But everything's still exactly the same, except you're going positive points instead of negative points. Midnight Party. Check it out. I also found this game, which I thought was very interesting. This was a game of early American life, made for trade. This is a game when you're early civilization. How should I say this? Yeah, they have shillings and tourists and shoppers and traders. It's historical event cards, all sorts of fun stuff. I saw this and I thought this would be really interesting. I know Jeffrey Scarborough, he's also, I subscribed to his channel. I know he found this at one of his thrift stores and actually showed it on his channel. So I knew a little bit about it when I saw it, and I thought, and the price was pretty good. They had just dropped the price like a second time, and I went ahead and went for it. So it came in probably about a week ago. It's called Made for Trade, the early civilization times here. All right. Okay, I'll put this back in here. All right. Did I hit them all? I'm not sure. I think I did, actually. Yep, I believe that's all 10 games. So those are all 10 games that I added to the Board Game Man's library. So Let me know down below in those comments. Did I do good? Did I do bad? Let me know. Hopefully, I'm always looking out for, games on Facebook Marketplace and eBay. And of course, McKay's down the street. I'm always going down there all the time, seeing what I can find. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the June's newest additions to my library. Thank you so much for watching, and happy gaming.